Welcome to the second video in the PLN for Educators series. In our first video, you were introduced to PLNs and what they mean for teachers. In this video, you will discover how to begin creating your own PLN and also gain some tips about avoiding any traps that might crop up. So, how does a teacher go about setting up a PLN? It is a good idea to begin small. A PLN is not just one thing. Rather, it is a combination of resources, social networks and people that you choose to help you learn. Start with a few tools and platforms, or even just one, and add others as you feel comfortable. It is a good idea to establish a consistent username across all networks as you set these up, and remember that online equals public, so you should be focused on managing your online reputation and identity within these environments. Next, think about what you want to learn and begin following professionals who are experts in the field and who post to online platforms. When you find people online who you respect, look at who they follow and select your first connections from their list. Also, if you know someone who is using a PLN, ask them to be your mentor. You will be surprised at how motivated others are to share their learning and how many tips they will have to help get you started. Now, let's talk about the tools you can use for building a PLN. Firstly, social networks. These allow you to connect with other professionals on platforms such as Twitter, Facebook and Google+. Of these, Twitter is a very popular tool for PLNs and is quick and easy to use. The days when Twitter had a reputation of only being about the latest celebrity hijinks are long gone, and tailoring a Twitter account for professional purposes is a simple matter of following quality people and organisations. Secondly, blogs. Starting a blog allows you to connect to others by following their blogs, and when you take the step to start sharing what you are learning on your own blog, you are joining the conversation. Next, think about using a content aggregator. These collect information for you from a variety of sources through repository feeds and readers. You might also hear these referred to as curation tools. Some examples of these include blog readers, Digo, Pinterest and Scoopit. Another consideration for your PLN is to investigate the virtual meetings and presentations used by many online communities. You can start by listening in or following along. You will soon build confidence and be motivated to join in. An example of these are educational Twitter chats, which take place when a group of educators meet on Twitter at an agreed upon time using an agreed upon hashtag to discuss topics of interest in education. Some hashtags you should check out include EdChat, EdTechChat, and SatChat and SatChatOc. Lastly, visit repositories of high-quality educational resources, for example TED Talks. When you read or see something useful, make sure you bookmark, share or review these. This way you are participating in your PLN, not just consuming information. This is important because PLNs are a two-way process in which members both learn and contribute to the network. Finally, there are a few common mistakes that people make in PLNs that you should try to avoid. Be careful who you follow. Just as there are many experts in social networks, there are also many non-experts, so be ruthless. We wisely vet other information sources for quality and reliability, so too we should be discriminating in our PLNs. Secondly, don't think that just because you are following a lot of people and making connections on Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest and Facebook that you're engaged in a worthwhile professional development experience. It's tempting and easy to let social networks become one big link sharing experience, but it has the potential to be so much more when you start contributing by asking questions, offering your ideas and publishing. Additionally, avoid building a PLN that's just like you. As you build your network, include a range of people from diverse backgrounds and perspectives. This will expand your learning and hopefully extends to global connections and understandings. Last, but certainly not least, remember your copyright and ethical obligations when sharing content. Always attribute your sources and acknowledge others' intellectual and creative property. Learn about Creative Commons licenses so that you can find works licensed for remixing and reuse and start licensing your own work and become part of the collective knowledge. Most of all, remember that learning is fun. Take a risk and start a PLN. You will be amazed at what is out there just for you.
Created using Powtoon.